What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the TV Toycast YouTube channel. And today we are unboxing from the Mattel Elite line, and it is Series 108. It is L.A. Knight. Yeah! Very excited about this. I don't collect a lot of current day guys, but L.A. Knight has really captured a lot of wrestling fans over the last couple of years. Really become a top guy in the company, former United States champion, and I would imagine in due time will probably be a WWE or World Heavyweight champion. Of course, he's kind of... He's had a lot of ups and downs in his time in WWE. Of course, we all remember Max Dupree. Apparently, Vince McMahon did not see him as a star and tried to make him a model manager guy. And it's a weird, wait, that actually happened? It did happen. But LA Knight, of course, in his classic red gear, he's got his red vest, got a microphone in his hand as only he could have, got a couple extra hands there. Series 108, an interesting wave. Of course, we got Brock Lesnar, who just recently returned to WWE, as we know. LA Knight, Bronson Reed, who I don't have an elite of. I would like to get an elite of him. Omos, which is kind of a fun one. Chelsea Green, I believe her first elite. And then first time in the line, Terry Gordy. How weird was that one? We got Terry Gordy, and then we also got him with the Executioner gear. So it was like a 2-in-1. And I always wonder, because they recently did a debut Mankind and a debut Taker, and they did Paul Bearer. I wondered if they had in mind to do like a Buried Alive 4-pack from like that Jax one back in the day. That's my theory. And honestly, that would have been I would have bought that for sure, because that 4-pack, if you remember back in the day, that was the only way to get a BCA Executioner, and it was only available at Target. And I remember, I already had all the other figures, but I was like, oh, I really want that Executioner. Never ended up getting it though, and so it's kind of like a grail probably for a lot of people. I don't think it's super expensive nowadays, but back then I was like, oh man, I really want that one. But pretty star-studded cast there. Of course, LA Knight from Los Angeles, California, height 6'1", weight 240 pounds. The finisher is the BFT. Career highlights, $1 Million champion. I think that was in NXT. Let me talk to you. There's only one megastar who can take WWE to heights never before reached, with everybody saying L.A. Knight. Yeah! Of course, L.A. Knight, there we see L.A. Knight right there, Elite Collection. And then, of course, nice shot of L.A. Knight there. As we know, L.A. Knight, no stranger to a microphone, loves to talk. And why not? He's a great talker and pretty solid in the ring. Like I said, I feel... I feel like his star power has dropped a little over the last year, but he's still a pretty highly contended superstar. I believe in this upcoming pay-per-view, he's in a 4-way match, is he not? The package out of here for the World Heavyweight title. The new World Champion, of course, Seth freaking Rollins, which was quite the cash-in that he had there at SummerSlam. He faked everybody out. Everybody was like, "Oh, is this a real injury? We don't know. We're not sure." In fact, I don't believe it was. I think he, in fact, was faking it. Nowadays, the internet, his legs are all kinds of miscombobulated. I have to mess with him a little bit. The internet always wants to know. They always want the scoop. And, I think in this day and age, WWE, especially under the leadership they are under now, want to keep people kind of guessing a little bit. Which, that does keep the fun, of course. But I also get the internet's like, hey, we got to know. We want to know. Is this real? Is this not real? Is this a work? Like, the internet wants to know, but they want to be surprised. Have you ever noticed that? That's such an interesting thing. So let's look at the head. Not horrible. I don't know if I would know right away that this is L.A. Knight, but it doesn't look bad. I don't know. If you looked at it, you might be like, that's The Miz. It's not. It's definitely L.A. Knight. Of course, the accurate wrist tape, because I do believe we can double confirm here. If you look on the package here, he does have the one elbow pad. That's accurate. He does not have any wrist tape on his right arm, but he has black wrist tape on his left arm. So that's accurate. That's nice. Nice touch there. Of course, we got the finger point for the L.A. Knight. You can put the finger on this side, or he can do the microphone in his left hand. So that's kind of cool. Of course, on the tights, we get the LA Knight logo there, and of course on the vest. Short boots, trademark of LA Knight. As you can see, it says Knight right there. I'm not a big shoe guy, not a shoe head. I don't know, is anyone out there a shoe head? I know some people that are shoe heads. Never been my thing. I'm all about comfort. That's me. But I know a lot of people are into shoes. I've heard, though, that he designed his wrestling boots to look like Jordans, which is kind of a fun idea. Kind of gives it a unique look. And again, it gives him a unique boot mold, too, because as you can see, he has the longer shins. A lot of boots are probably going to come up to about right there. His are definitely different. So I think that's kind of cool. I'm going to put his thumb out right there because he's talking to the people. I do like the double jointed elbows we get now. It's a little easier to make articulation like that. Very, very cool. I think it's a cool figure. I think it's a really good figure. I think LA Knight is he's a guy that's going to have a lot of figures over the next probably several years as long as he stays with the WWE. But you never know. I mean, even though he's considered a pretty big up-and-comer right now, you never know what could happen in a year. He might be gone. He might leave to go to AEW. I mean, look at Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross is kind of an interesting one because he was seemingly becoming a huge star, and then all of a sudden his contract wasn't renewed. Now, a lot of people think that might have been a work. That when this video airs, it could be completely a different situation. I don't know, but it will be interesting to see what happens. But LA Knight, what do you guys think? Do you think a future WWE or World Heavyweight Championship reign for him? It's definitely possible. He's been a U.S. champion. Obviously, I think he lost that to Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania this past year. A lot of figures for LA Knight. I know he's had a couple of elites already, several main event or basics, and he's even had I believe he's already had an Ultimate Edition as well. I know he had a ringside exclusive defining moments, which a lot of people question. Like, wait, it's a defining moment? Like, which I understand they're just putting figures out there, but it's one of those things where it's like, if it's a defining moment, it should be like a big moment. You know, come on. Like, they're putting Kurt Angle with like the head shaving cream, and then like the wig and stuff. Okay, that's a defining moment. But just LA Knight walking out on a SmackDown or something, probably not so much. I digress. You have to vote with your wallet. But this one was perfect enough for me. You know, it's nothing super fancy, but it's what I'm looking for in a figure. He's got his vest. He's got his signature boots, a microphone. What more can you ask for? I think it's great. And I'm not a big... I think the extra hands can be fun if you want him to be a little bit different. But overall, I'm fine with what he has here. Because I do know in the package, if we're going to be nitpicky, we'll bring this back out, he's got the microphone in the other hand. So I could see somebody being like, nope, I want to change it to that moment. Which, I guess technically you could. So, again, that's what makes it where it's kind of a create your own, as it were. But definitely a fun addition to the Elite line. A figure I've had for a while now and I've been wanting to unbox, but finally it happened. But let me know in the comments down below, are you collecting Mattel Elite? A lot of Mattel Elite obviously was announced this past July at San Diego Comic-Con. A lot of new stuff in the pipeline, including LJN. I'll always be talking about LJN, as I'm sure most of you can tell. I'm very excited about LJN. I have decided that as at least of the first couple of waves, I'm going to be a Double Up Club member of the LJN line, where I'm going to buy a set to unbox and a set to keep mint on card. That's at least for right now. But what do you think? Do you think LA Knight would be a fun LJN? I have to imagine we'll see a lot more current day guys in that line. Obviously, we're going to have a cavalcade of legends. You know, obviously Ultimate Warrior, King Kong Bundy, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, rest in peace, and many others are all already announced. But, you know, I know they also teased Jey Uso and CM Punk. I would imagine though a Cody Rhodes will be happening. You have to think a Roman Reigns will be happening. But LA Knight, maybe not too far behind that. We'll see what happens, of course. LA Knight definitely rising in the ranks with the Mattel line and so many guys in the WWE roster. It'll be interesting to see if we get a lot more LA Knight figures in this next year or so. But let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Do you like LA Knight? You a fan? Fan, yay or nay? Fan of the figure, yay or nay? Let me know one way or another. And also check out my other unboxing videos. A lot of unboxing videos. Just this last week, I unboxed 3 really fun figures from the DC Super Friends line. It was Batman from McFarlane Toys. Super fun. Love that line, and that Batman figure was excellent. I also unboxed Crosscut from the Transformers line. Of course, getting back into some Transformers again. And then Widowmaker from the Spawn line, from the Spawn Retro line, I should say. In fact, it was kind of an interesting one because I went to unbox a figure named Blitz from the McFarlane Total Chaos line, which I consider the Spawn line, although technically it isn't, and the figure fell apart in my unboxing. I was able to kind of glue it back together, but Widowmaker fell apart too. Really made me think, okay, maybe no more Spawn for me, because I'm getting a little nervous. I hate stuff breaking on me, but that's the name of the game, especially with retro figures. Sometimes that stuff breaks. It's 30 years old. What do you expect? And then, of course, every Saturday, check out What's on the Pegs. See what I'm finding, see what I'm enjoying, all that good stuff. You can find that every Saturday right here on YouTube. And then, of course, check out Tales of the Toy Box, dropping every month. The last episode was episode 4, all about the X-Men from Toy Biz Series 1. Really, really fun. A nice comprehensive look at the very first wave of X-Men figures. And then also, The TB Toycast podcast, that's the originator, the OG, the main thing we did in the toy world here. Me and Travis have dropped almost 200 episodes. I think we just dropped episode 198 recently. So almost 200 episodes. We have a different main event covering a toy line, a series of a toy line. Could be new, could be something retro. And I think the last episode was the Mighty Ducks from the animated series, which was a lot of fun. And we also talk about all the news and happenings in the toy world that particular week. What we're excited about, what we're happy about, what we're selling, what we're, kind of over, whatever it might be. So all of those are available over there on the podcast. And, of course, all the videos over there on YouTube. And I'm almost to 100 subscribers. I think I had 93 last I looked, so it's growing. It's, a little slow but steady. If you could help me out with that, I would definitely appreciate it. If you have not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And tell maybe a friend or two about it. That will help this channel grow more than you might know. Just give me a like, and once we hit 100, I am doing a giveaway, and it's a good one. I've got the figure. I know exactly what it's going to be. And it's one a lot of people are going to like, and one I haven't even unboxed here on the channel. But I've got a duplicate. Technically, it's a variant, but that's all right. And that will be unboxed hopefully when we hit 100 subscribers, which will help grow the channel even more at that point. But that's it. That's all I got. Thank you guys for checking out the TB Toycast YouTube channel. That is L.A. Knight. Yeah. Thank you guys for checking it out, and we will see you in the toy aisle.
Yeah. One more time. It ain't over till I say it's over. So lock the cage up, cause this is a takeover. The wait's over. If this the final time we meet, then you'll be on your back on my feet. Then I'll tip the cage over as a hangover. I'm super fly so I can splash off the top. And I can shut down the shot.